Number 10, 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. At forward, number 18, JB Lim. At guard, number 19, 𝔬𝔬𝔭𝔬𝔫. The other guard, number 28, Lance Ronquillo. And the other forward, number 34, Sam Reyes. Their head coach is Manu Inigo. Here now is the starting lineup of your Adamson Baby Falcons. At guard number 5, CJ Umali. At forward number 8, JC Bonsalida. At center number 9, Allen Perez. The other forward number 21, Earl Medina. In the other guard number 24, Justine Garcia. Their head coach is Mike Fermin. Officiating this ballgame are Guard Chief Ferrer, Crew Chief, Umpire 1, Edgar Orpilla. In Umpire 2, Oliver Angeles.
Take a look at our starters for the Tiger Cubs. JB Lim, Lance Ronquillo, 𝔬𝔞𝔪�𝔰, Sam Reyes, and 𝔬𝔬𝔭𝔬𝔫 will get the start. As for Adamson Baby Falcons, CJ Umali, Tebol Garcia, Allen Perez, JC Bonsalida, and Earl Medina. And for our officiating crew for our last ball game, Orpilla, Ferrer, and Angeles will be our referees at hand for game number 4 of 4 in day 1, our boys basketball tournament. What a day it has been, Coach Juanito.
Well, today has been, I can't believe it's the first day of the UAAP boys competition. The way we're playing is that we're battling already for the Final Four, and that is the energy we bring here in the boys competition.
And we're not seeing what we would have guessed would be the starting 5 of UST, talking about Ludovice, Kurt Velasquez of the Gilas program.
But UST has depth. This is a team that is already coming in with a strong lineup. Now a new head coach who has a lot of kids that has been playing for him for quite some time. You put those two together, then this is a program that is well set for the future. So I'm sure that the depth of UST will be seen today, a very deep lineup they have here.
And in case you guys are wondering why there's a tall guy, number 10 for UST, his name is 𝔬𝔞𝔪�𝔰. He was an internet sensation in the pandemic, Coach, and maybe you want to tell more about that story.
Well, 𝔬𝔞𝔪�𝔰 was actually discovered through the vaccination. A random person posted in that there was a tall kid who was a very young kid, and then everybody was just calling on this kid. Turns out he was a guy who loved playing basketball. So brought him over to Manila, now given a chance to be wearing that Growling Tigers jersey.
From the internet to now in the Amorita Sports Complex for the UAAP. We'll see if he could be a big difference. No pun intended here for season 86. In the meantime, Garcia on the drive. The three-pointer was blocked. And here comes UST. Hang time move for, it's number 18. That's Lim.
JB Lim will be delivering the line.
He changed his number last minute.
Yeah, on our papers, he's number 12, but still the same talent, just different number.
Bakit kaya, no? May mga ganyan na, baka maswerte tong number na to.
Minsan actually kasi merong mga teammates sila na biglang, open pala from the years past. It's really a thing. If you guys are not athletes, choosing a number is actually really one thing that is very hard to do, because it actually gets your season going.
So JB Lim will make 2 free throws as Garcia, one of the veterans of last year's team.
Coach Manu Inigo, donning yellow here in the UAAP.
They swing it. Corner triple is no good. 𝔬𝔬𝔭𝔬𝔫, the Hezi, pulling it back out, loses the basketball, then retrieves it. And now finally UST regains possession. Three-pointer is too long. Bonsalida looking down court. JC behind the back. A steal for 𝔬𝔬𝔭𝔬𝔫. Numbers for UST. Shot fake. Ronquillo was blocked.
this one matchup I am going to look at today is 𝔬𝔤 versus 𝔬𝔬𝔪, offense versus defense. As we see here, first that block against 𝔬𝔬𝔪, good hustle back to get that block. But just talking about those two, very versatile guys, very long, very strong, but a difference in their games. One focuses on offense, one focuses on defense. It'll be a very good matchup here.
Catch and shoot three. That one way off. Garcia sees an opening. And just the presence of Perzosa, didn't even need to jump.
And even have a stronger body a few years now here in Manila. You know, when he got here, he was only tall, knew how to handle that basketball, but now he seems like a very solid presence inside.
So Reyes retrieves the ball back. Ronquillo to Reyes, swings it. Ronquillo for three. That time too long, and a rebound for Adamson. Tough angle, but two free throws on the way for number 5. That's 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢.
For a slow start on both offenses. Both teams really closing down on the inside, forcing both teams to shoot a lot of shots from downtown, and so far no one has hit one. And that will force both teams to try and adjust here.
As O'Malley gets them started, of course, Adamson coach, their bread and butter is more known on the defensive side of things. They were the best defensive team in season 85, and offense was sometimes a problem for Coach Fermin and the squad.
Oh yes, this was a very physical team trying to push out the offenses of every team. A really physical team that was one of their strengths in their last year. That's why they are very excited with the entry of this guy, number 30. Mark Esperanza was once an internet sensation as well. He was better known as Pomelo Ball. But, you know, here, he just wants to be known as Mark Esperanza. And this is one guy we are going to look at the whole ball game.
Ronquillo will trigger. Lim. Last minute pass. Overcook on the shot. From point blank, now Adamson in transition. The kick out, the drive. Three-pointer on the way, that is good. For number 21, Earl Medina, another veteran for Adamson.
Finally, the first field goal for Adamson. A good break for them, early break, then they get the basket.
And a steal for the Baby Falcons, a counter steal for UST. Numbers for the Tiger Cubs. Versosa rejected. Veteran move there to get two free throws.
Actually going to be a very exciting ball game. Both teams are well known on the running break. Coach Manu Inigo with one of the better early breaks as we see here. But a good recovery on the block there. Both teams will be utilizing that running game here in this ball game. It's just a matter and question of who will be able to execute the running game better.
Doy Dungo. The veterans we talked about in the pregame, or rather a transferee we talked about in the pregame. So much talent now for UST.
Oh yes, very, very deep lineup here. Coach Manu Inigo has always been a well-respected youth coach. So a lot of these guys have been with him for years and years now. So I'm sure whichever school he's going, and then these kids will also follow, pretty much like the likes of Coach Goldwyn Monteverde.
Carrillo with a 1-2. De Jesus retrieves. Catch and shoot for De Jesus was bumped on the shot. That will be 3 free throws.
A little overextension coming from Sam Reyes there.
Coach, you played juniors basketball back in the day. Describe the speed of the boys basketball in comparison to the men's division.
Well, in the men's division, it's really going to be system on system, physicality on physicality. But because these are boys, the energy is on a different level. You know, we were talking about earlier that starting the game strong in the juniors division is very important because you have the control of the pace. The emotion is so much higher in the boys division. That's why if you are in control, there is a better stability on your offense. And you see both teams trying to press up right away, trying to get the rhythm, trying to get the lead on their side as early as possible.
Buti na lang, Coach, less emotional ka na, less
Yes.
compared to your juniors.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of warnings back in my day. You know, the referee saw me and I am now covering. Idol, okay ka na ba? It's now a joke because before, these are the same referees who gave me warnings. I think I've got about 1 or 2 technicals. I'm not proud of it, but you know, it makes me friends with the referees nowadays.
The past is the past.
Past is the past. Okay na kami ng mga refs ngayon.
In the meantime, 𝔬𝔬𝔪 early on, you can tell he has the green light to create for UST, Coach Manu Inigo.
You know, you watch this, guys. The guy is about 6'2", 6'3", but the way he handles a basketball is advanced for his age, for his size. So, it's really going to be a very exciting future ahead para dito kay Dungo because he can play right now in the juniors. He can play the 2-3-4, but moving forward in his career, going to be a very deadly wing itong si Dungo.
And they trim this lead down to 3. 𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰 open from the corner. In and out. The putback is good. We spoke about tall players. There's another tall player in 𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔬𝔦𝔱𝔥. And a foul on Versosa will put him for 2 free throws. How about the height between 𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 and Versosa?
2 tall guys can be very exciting matchup as well. Versosa at least 6'9", 𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 at least 6'7". Bright futures ahead of them. But you know, I gotta commend this guy, Brix Versosa. I saw him when he first played here in Manila, one of his first leagues. We went up against him. He was just a tall guy trying to get his footing here in Manila. But now, he knows how to handle that basketball, knows where and when to be spotting up, and now he's a better talent here for UST.
Mamaya mo na batiin, Coach. He missed 2 free throws. Usually that's a jinx, but on we go. Adamson up by 5. 4 minutes has passed in the opening chapter. Esperanza on the kick out. UST playing the passing lanes. That's number 19.
Actually been good team basketball for Adamson. Everybody's getting a touch of that ball. But UST is adjusting so fast on that zone they're playing early on that there are no easy baskets for Adamson here.
𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰 with license to shoot, front rim. UST has numbers, slim. Quick hands from Adamson. And we head on over to the Baby Falcons side. That's Lim with the quick hands. The sub for Coach Manu, that's Carl Manding.
16 seconds on the shot.
𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰 to Esperanza. Esperanza sidestep. 𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰 relocates and knocks down the 3.
Finally a 3 for 𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰. He's been going to the corner each and every offense, and you see the trust of every teammate. Finally, he replaced him in a basket.
Manding, wala nang warm-up, straight from the bench.
It's like very ready. The mentality of Manding is to attack right away, getting his first 2 right there.
Nice inside pass from Carillo. Abayon misses on the midi, but the ball will remain with the blue shirts.
So far, scoring now picking up for both teams.
Ayan na, Coach. Waki Ludovice, Kurt Velasquez. Of course, they would be played at the same time.
Best shooters in this age division. Oh, but talking about shooters, he heard me right away. 𝔐𝔫𝔢𝔰 back-to-back 3s for him.
Timeout is called. 15-7 our score. Ludovice and Velasquez, two talented players put on at the same time. Much needed because their team is down by 5. Ludovice to Velasquez. Catch and shoot 3 is a no-go. Adamson quickly running down court. Waits numbers. Esperanza, ball swing. Carrillo, 3, why not?
That corner has been a friend to Adamson. 3 straight threes from the same side. And now the zone buster is working perfectly for Adamson.
The mid-range to answer. That time way off on the putback. Adamson just looks like a well-oiled machine under Coach Fermin. Here comes UST. Ludovice all the way. Misses the layup. The fall away. Buenaflor, no. Transition three-pointer won't get the pounce, and the basket and one is good for 𝔐𝔞𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬
everybody is just running down the floor, up and down, offense, defense, and finally 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 getting that putback in. No, it's the fourth game, Jaime, of our 4-game schedule, but the energy remains the same. All teams looking like a track meet here.
That's another veteran in Justin Garcia checking in. 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 misses on the free throw. Offensive rebound for the Baby Falcons. A 13-point lead with 7 minutes gone by. Medina from deep. That time far to the right. Look at 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢, a man among boys coach.
But 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢, not just a guy who has height. He can move his feet, he can jump, and he can really finish. A good future ahead here for 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢.
Coach, what can you say about the system of Adamson? I mean, they look like they haven't missed a step since the finals.
Comfortable. They are comfortable with each other. They know the strengths of each and every one, and they trust each other. So far, only the first 7 minutes of the ball game, and already 22 points for Adamson.
𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔢 working against this zone. Dungo from deep into downtown.
UST with their own version of the zone buster. Both teams utilizing the zone early on.
Medina sprays it. Garcia, the baseline drive, no one there to stop him.
Late recovery from the defense of UST gives him an open space on the baseline drive.
Dungo wasting no time. 𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔢 three-pointer, back-to-back for UST.
One of the best shooters in this age group for a reason. Every time he gets his space, he's gonna take it, he's gonna make it.
Reyes to Garcia, almost loses the leather. Garcia. They move the ball east to west against the zone. Esperanza, floater, too long. Ball being tapped around, it ends up with UST. And a foul on Buenaflor. That time it's on Esperanza.
Trying to make a run this time around. Good three coming from 𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔢. Just an inch of space for him to operate, yet he finds a way on making that three. Now Adamson will be in penalties. A chance for UST to cut into single digits.
Less than 2 minutes remaining. Thank goodness there's the Pilipinas Live app to watch talents like this. Earlier on, I mean, your 149 pesos is worth it on Kiefer Alas.
That's already worth alone.
Paano pa kaya yung ibang talent, diba?
And there are guys in the first 2 games. You know, this is super exciting for the future ahead. You know, I just saw Coach Topex Robinson's up in the stands. Coach Nash Rosella is here. Earlier, Coach Denok Miranda was also here. So all of the collegiate coaches already scouting their own teams. Already, of course, scouting as well the other talents of the other schools. A lot of faces. Coach Louis Alas, father of Coach Kiefer Alas. And it doesn't feel like a boys matchup, but these guys are so young, yet they play so well.
UST trimming the lead down to 10. Dangerous pass there. Garcia breaks the double. Will set up the offense of Adamson. Textbook execution, everything but the shot. The putback is good.
Gotta commend the bigs of Adamson. Very quick on their feet. Another putback.
Wild shot for Kurt Velasquez. Check that. That's Carl Manding.
So far, 26 points for Adamson. 12 of the 26 coming from their second chance points. Sorry, 10 of the 26 coming from their second chance points. So the activity of their bigs has been crucial for them to get this double-digit lead here in the first quarter.
As Manding misses first free throw. And the bench of Adamson, coach, I mean, Gabe De Jesus with 8, Tomaneng with 6, Carillo has a 3-pointer. They have added even more depth this season, 86.
Now, we've only been playing 8.5 minutes, and Adamson has already used 13 players here. And that is why everybody is fresh every time they step on the floor. They can pressure up, they can go for offensive rebounds. A lot of fresh legs for Adamson here.
Artango. Two-man game with Reyes. Artango pulling it back out. They reverse it to the other side. Elevate shot. That's a miss on number 10, 𝔐𝔫𝔤𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰.
That's going to be another foul on Adamson. That will mean free throws for UST. Now Adamson's physicality giving UST some free opportunities on the line. Very crucial for them to get their footing and cut into the league. Maybe get some confidence eventually in the second quarter.
Speaking of confidence, Carl Manding, straight from the bench. Every time he has the ball, he's looking to attack, not shy to shoot for Coach Manu.
You know, Coach Manu has one of the better early breaks here in the youth programs. Will really run. So when you have that kind of a system, hindi ka pwedeng mahiya. You know, you have to have that confidence whenever you have that driving lane, whenever you're wide open for the shot. And obviously, everybody's mentality is the same way. Manding is the first one to show that out.
I see a lot of him in you, Coach. Yung walang hiya.
No, it's the only thing that I had during my playing career.
In the meantime, numbers for UST. Manding, the go-ahead pass. Oh, tough shot! But still manages to put it in for number 8. That's Charles 𝔑𝔞𝔪�, who we talked about in the pregame.
Defense, better offense there. What a hard layup for 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢.
Two-man game, 𝔐𝔫𝔫𝔬𝔫 with some post presence. The rejection from behind from Alfred Loreto. Pinoy step, coach.
That control of the body, well defended. That he found a way on making that left arm. Ooh, what an alley-oop off the inbound play by Adamson.
Classic Coach Fermin. So good on the execution. 30 seconds remaining. Velasquez floater, 4 to the right. Tago working a two-man game. Drive, fakes. Won't count, but would have been a nice move. I feel like we've seen 3 different rotations from Adamson.
You know, the substitutions are so quick that we are already confused on who is playing inside the court. But you know, it's actually what has given them the advantage here in the first quarter. Those fresh legs are able to press up right away. And because they're fresh, they can really push the defense out. And here, their energy is giving them a lot of quick rotations, fast break points here. Only 2, but the early breaks that are not counted as fast break points are also a lot for Adamson.
That's our Tango. Makes the free throw. Oh, the interception. The numbers for Adamson are Tango all the way.
That 2-2-1 press really being the advantage of Adamson here.
To beat the buzzer. Electrifying first quarter for Adamson. As the end of 10 minutes, coach. A huge 14-point lead. UST, they had their moments. It's been the bench like Artango leading the way.
Adamson really putting on the energy early on. Everybody given an opportunity. Everybody producing for Adamson here. Energy equals points, and that is why they will be leading 31-17 to end the first quarter.
Summarize that first quarter before I let you go, Coach.
Well, here in the first quarter, you see here inside-outside ball game for Adamson. That three-pointer was working in their way. UST on the other end trying to go for those hard attacks, but it's been a lot of Adamson. This guy has been making it from the corner. 3 threes from Adamson. UST has had their own answers. Also a few threes from Dumo and Ludovice. At the end of the first quarter, a lot of Adamson baskets will be giving them a 14-point edge here.
We welcome you to our second quarter here. The Amorito Sports Complex. Jaime Escalon at the mic with my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio. Quick shout out na rin siguro yun, Coach. In the meantime, Bonzalida with an early rebound after the miss. Reyes. Bonzalida blocked. Coach, for UST, what are the adjustments you're looking forward to? I mean, you know, it's a new team. They're still trying to get a rhythm in their offense.
Just a little bit more execution. Talent on talent. These are two teams that are very well at par with each other. But Adamson had better execution in the first quarter. A lot more energy, a lot more open baskets. UST has been rushing a lot of the shots. But with the talent level they had, I'm sure that they'll be able to make a comeback.
Ludovice. That time short from 3 points. Those have not been able to fall for UST. 2 for 11 so far, Coach.
You know, in terms of Ludovice, all he needs is just a little warm-up. He has proven himself not only here in the high school levels, but in the international levels. One guy who actually waxed hot against Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, South Korea in that game.
South Korea was the best player of the ball game. So if he can do it in an international level, I'm sure all he needs is just a little warm-up for him to show up here in the UAAP Juniors.
Speaking of not needing to warm up, actually, it's this guy right here. JC Bonzalida. Yung name pa lang, there's a ring to it that you know he's an energetic type of player.
I was actually talking to him outside earlier, and I was talking about the graduates, no, gaano kasakit yung mga aalis. And he said, at the end, Kuya, hindi ako star, hustle guy lang. And that is exactly what he was. Mr. Energy, as they say. And so far, he's actually gotten 2 rebounds just in the past 30 seconds for Adamson.
Corner 3. Misfired once again from UST. Down by 16. Garcia to Medina. Esperanza, 2-man game with Sahili. Oh, putting the moves on. That time anticipated for UST, and Lim takes it to the cup, misses the layup.
Just too deep on that layup. Had an opportunity though.
Garcia, the no-look pass. Bonzalida, the kick out. Medina for 3. In and out.
You can actually see that Adamson practices these corner threes because every time they get their footing in, every time they have the balance, even with a defender on front of them, they are going to take it.
CJ Umale re-enters the ball game. Coach Fermin is really making sure we are familiarized with their names in the first half, Coach.
So here, you know, broadcast team, these are all of my guys. Not 1, not 2, not 8. These are 13 already para sa Adamson. Everybody really making a name for themselves here.
2 minutes gone by. Just 2 points for Adamson and none so far for UST as they still are trying to find solutions against the Adamson defense, which I mentioned in the first quarter, Coach. #1 in season 85.
You see here the press of Adamson, very active. Not really a man-to-man press, but those passing lanes are read well by Adamson. And that is one thing that makes them a very good defensive team, the way they read the offense of the other teams.
Medina, baseline drive, floater, short, rebound, Dungo. Doy looking downhill. Zanoria will orchestrate for UST. Hands it off to Doy. Some miscommunication on the other side when the floor puts the ball down, scoops it up. And 2 free throws for Koji.
I think Koji has a dribble. Could attack when needed, so couldn't hand it off to anyone.
Pero yun, coach, that left side, they were kind of hesitating backdoor bar or base. That's the type that will develop, the type of plays rather that will develop in the season, right?
So that is something that they'll be able to get. You know, in the preseason, you're not really going up against the same teams. And these are already high-level teams. So siguro, napapagana nila in training, in the preseason games. But come a team that is Adamson, who is, you said, #1 in defense, it's going to be very tough. You see here the whole coaching staff of UST. Very deep lineup right there. You know, it actually gives me a nightmare seeing these faces. I am a coach as well. And I don't know if I'm going to be proud of this, but I've never won against these faces. Coach Manu, again, one of the really respected coaches at this level.
Yeah, umupo ka na lang dyan,
Yeah.
mag-commentate. Kapag nananalo, kasama sila.
We'll just adjust and just watch them do this.
Steal for UST. Zanoria takes it straight to the cup.
Taste of their own medicine. UST now also with a 2-2-1 press. One that gave Adamson many buckets in the first quarter. UST now also using the same kind of defense.
Reyes will trigger. Carrillo. Back to Reyes. Give and go. Was fouled up high. That will lead to 2 free throws.
That is actually the best option when your defender is going on a 2-1 press. That middle will be open if the help side is late. And that is exactly what Adamson did, getting 2 free throws for them.
First free throw is a no-go. Free throw story so far, 16 for USC, so that's one thing they're doing well. It's getting to the rim. And 10 for Adamson. In and out again. That's happened a lot of times. Nice pass, Lim, rejected. And the play continues, no whistle blown. Sahili, corner triple there. Yes, Jean Carrillo missing. Buksit. Aggressive and will shoot 2 free throws.
Fast-paced ball game we're having here. You see here, you know, everyone just running down. What makes them the #1 defensive team? It's the effort of every Adamson player. We thought it's going to be an easy 2, but now the ball will come back to UST. But a better defensive ball game being played here by both teams.
Charles Buksit at the line. Knocks down his first free throw. That's his 3rd point of the ball game. .11-point lead for Adamson. Umali with a burst of speed, but Tumaneng says, "Don't worry, I got you."
Credit to Tumaneng, 8 points and 4 rebounds in today's ball game, just at the right place, at the right spot, every time.
Buksit sprays it. Zanoria knocks down the 3-pointer.
That will be a threat for UST, that 3-point line for them. That is a 3rd 3 for them in the ball game.
Almost a steal for USD. And the 3 is a no-go for De Jesus, who was hot there in the first quarter. Baseline drive, Lim. Quick first step. Almost loses the leather. He's open for three. Would have trimmed this lead down to a single-digit ball game. Touch passing. Reyes. Tough turnaround, and the ball will remain with the blue shirts.
You know, watching both of these teams, they play almost the same offense. They play almost the same defense. They have almost the same kind of talents. You see here, 𝔬𝔰 and 𝔬𝔫𝔬𝔫 returning back in. It's just a matter of execution and energy, which is going the side of Adamson here in the first half. And they are out-leading each other because their systems are almost so similar that they can read the options on every play.
Carrillo, Reyes for three. Front rim. A rebound by Benaflor, and Dungo will bring the ball down with a quick cross. The drive, the kick was fouled. That will be a baseline inbound.
Slower pace we're having here in the second quarter. A lot more fouls are being played. That's why only 12 points in total. The first quarter, 48 points total for both teams. So a much better defensive ball game both teams are playing here.
Well, Coach, in the law of physics, what comes up must come down. I mean, 31 points in Adamson. That's way beyond their averages of quarter scoring in season 85.
Surprising everybody with the way they played offense there in the first quarter. They're better known as a defensive team. And just right there, showing why they are the #1 defensive team.
Reyes, Esperanza, De Jesus, corner, pocket, three, money.
3 threes for De Jesus, all from the same side. And he has the ghost signal from the coaches of Adamson.
More than halfway done here in our second quarter. A 13-point lead, Zanoria will wait for a screen, then reject it. Zanoria carving out some space, would have been nasty there. When the floor will not get the putback. So they've been getting to those open shots, Coach, but there's been a lot of misses from point blank.
You know, you gotta commend Adamson for that. Adamson is very quick on returning to whoever has that basketball. Quick to recover, quick to defend, making things hard for whoever has a basketball for UST.
Another substitution here, that's number 6, J.R. Abayon. Almost a steal by Dungo. Abayon waits for friends. Esperanza, three-pointer. What a rebound by De Jesus. Dungo with the snatch. Ronquillo with a burst of speed. Dungo transition. Doy, emergency pass. That one's saved for Adamson. And Esperanza with the touchdown.
Adamson tapping the ball, reading every passing lane, getting a lot of turnovers from UST, and eventually outrunning and getting a lot of fast break points.
Yes, that was a nice layup by Esperanza, but what about the hustle of Earl Medina? Adamson now with a 15-point lead. Back here in the Amoranto Sports Complex, less than 4 minutes remaining, a 15-point lead for Adamson. 𝔬𝔰 has the seal, one-on-one against Tumaneng, putting him on the weight room.
Too long, too strong, too good. 𝔬𝔰 using that advantage.
Well, that's one way to fire up UST as Ronquillo signaling out a play. When the floor, 𝔬𝔰 asking for it. Decides to hand it off. 𝔬𝔰 from deep. Why not? Why not from the big man?
5 straight points for Bricks. 𝔬𝔰, you know, that 5 points is big, but the energy he is bringing is better for them making this comeback.
Inside-outside game for the big. Cuts this lead down to 10. Tumaneng short corner. Skip pass. Esperanza extra pass. East to west movement. Midi is no go. Dungo scouting for the rebound. Numbers for USD. Doy rejected. Transition defense for J.R. Abayon.
Let's just watch this first. Rick 𝔬𝔰, everybody just sagging down, proving that I can shoot this. I have range. Surprising everybody with that 3.
And a 3-second call on 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔥.
Very rare. We don't see that a lot. A 3-second call with the ball still at the backcourt. Looks like 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔱 was standing there for too long. Quick call by the referee.
6 minutes, or 7 minutes plus gone by rather. It has been a track race, which is the brand of boys basketball.
Just the last 30 seconds, the energy of UST going up here.
Mending, the right idea, just could not execute. Medina sprinting downhill. 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔢𝔕, that's his shot. Package delivered.
So hard leaving. Gabe 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔢𝔕 already 14 points and 4 3-pointers made here in the ball game. This guy's red hot off the bat.
𝔬𝔰, mid-range, in and out. Ronquillo fighting for the rebound. How about that that short guy fighting for a rebound in Ronquillo? But first, take a look at this replay by 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔢𝔕.
Driving baseline, seeing the corner, wide open. Gabe 𝔐𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔢𝔕, another 3 for him. This extends the lead back to 13.
Mid-range shot won't go for Medina. And the basket is good for Perez.
Alan Perez also producing and contributing for Adamson. Every big man being put in by Coach Mike Fermin is of quality. You see the frustration of Coach Manu Inigo. Doesn't have an answer yet for the bigs of Adamson.
Perez, another lengthy big man, coach.
The Coach Mike Fermin is a big man himself. So I'm sure that he is really putting a lot of effort.
What a pass, Coach Ludovice. Sorry, you weren't even able to continue your sentence there.
Tap passing, didn't even land. 𝔬𝔰𝔢𝔕 ready. And all of a sudden, Rick 𝔬𝔰𝔢𝔕, 7 points just in the last few minutes.
All in the second quarter.
It's been a big-on-big matchup here. You know, done are the days where your big men are just going to be on the post, are just going to be rebounders. Now the bigs are moving well, can shoot the ball from outside. They can do a lot of things. And 𝔬𝔰𝔢𝔕, Perez, and 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔥, perfect examples of that in our boys division.
It's funny because in the pregame, we were talking more about the guards rather than the bigs. And the big says, wait, what about us big guys? Well, they have showed us their talent here in the first half. Bonzalida with the floater and banks it home.
Yet another big producing for Adamson. Mukhang dapat nga natin pag-usapan ng mga big men of both schools.
Medina playing the passing lanes. Easy two-pointer for JR.
Very dangerous is that weak side because Adamson is really reading those passing lanes very well.
Ronquillo. Back out. Ludovice from deep. That time air-mailed.
You see the respect of Adamson on Ivan, on a wacky Ludovice. Sorry, Ivan is his older brother. So everybody's really closing out on him.
And JC Bonzalida, I believe, will be shooting free throws after a foul. Charles 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰.
UST already made a run here in the second quarter, already cut the lead to single digits, but Adamson had an answer right away. That 2-2-1 press has been deadly. It has been their weapon, even in the past seasons prior. It's very hard because what Adamson does is that they sag down and they are forcing UST to make those skip passes. And with the speed and the length of Adamson, they're getting a lot of steals here in the ball game. Already 6 steals for Adamson.
In terms of defense of UST though, Coach, as we see Coach Fermin, they're actually taking care of the basketball better than Adamson. But what's been the main point here for Adamson's defense?
No, very simple. They haven't been making their shots. Only 24% for UST here. Haven't been able to execute the same way they want to execute. Coach Mano, a very good offensive coach, so they just want to make their shots here.
Banding, air bending, misses. Gonzalida rebound. Medina scans. Umali, catch and shoot. I love how Versosa didn't even need to jump for that rebound. Didn't even need to box out.
Just got to put your hands up. And that is something that I was not able to do. Because if I just put my hands up, everybody's still taller than me. But Versosa, obviously the tallest guy on the floor. But you know, from that last play, also got to give credit to Gonzalida. Still trying to get the rebound off Versosa. It's that hustle that is really giving Adamson an edge here in the first half.
As he knocks down his first free throw. And you know, this Adamson squad, Coach, they lost by a single possession in game number 2 of the finals. If there's any hungry team you're looking for, there's no any hungrier team than the Adamson Baby Falcons.
Yes, that is why they are really coming in here with a lot more energy, with a different mindset, same physical mentality, pero gustong-gusto bumawi. You actually feel the hunger from every player, and with a retooled lineup, a lot more guards, and still the same hustle and physicality, good things are bound to come for Adamson here.
Reyes breaks the press. 3 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Medina squares up. Versosa, another rebound. Oh, it leads to a steal. De Jesus, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Sahili, no shot will be put off. So a 16-point lead for Adamson. Offense has been great, but defense holding UST to just 35. Coach, summarize that last chapter for us.
19-16 in favor of Adamson. UST starting out the second quarter strong. You see here some turnovers, getting some fast breaks. They cut the lead to single digits already. But Adamson very quick to answer, having their own run. The bigs of Adamson, everybody contributing, everybody producing. You see here also as well, the outside shooting slowly also getting into UST. At the end of the second quarter, it's those kinds of hustles, it's those kinds of length that is giving an edge to the Baby Falcons.
End of 2 quarters, this is our score. Halftime analysis coming right up when we return. At the end of 2 chapters, it's the Adamson Baby Falcons still on top, 51-35. Coach, UST, they've had some flashes of light, but when we take a look at the statistics, what really pops out to your mind that's the biggest factor so far?
Well, number 1 is efficiency. Adamson has been more efficient with their execution, with their fast breaks, 40%. What is keeping UST alive? The free throws, 13 of 21, a lot more aggressive than Adamson on the attacks. But when you look at the other numbers, rebounding, controlled by Adamson, a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of second chance opportunities, team basketball going the side of Adamson as well. +7 on the assists column. And the numbers you don't see here, points off turnovers, 12 for Adamson, 4 only for UST. Second chance points, +8 for Adamson.
Take a look at some of the highlights. How about this big guy, Versosa? He can go inside, he can shoot outside, and he's been a huge factor for UST.
Everybody in UST trying to contribute here. They've been making a few shots, they've been trying to attack, but it has just not been enough. But on the side of Adamson, that outside game of De Jesus, probably the biggest guy making the biggest impact right here. 3 of 5 from 3, 14 points. and all the other guys just following through what the SU started. 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔬 with 8 as well. Everybody just contributing for Adamson.
Take a look at the leading scorers. 𝔬𝔬𝔦, Dungo, Zanoria for UST. But how about Gabe De Jesus? 4 triples in the first half alone. That lefty, you know, but something about lefties, coach.
Yeah.
Something about lefties.
Started the game 0 for 3, then making the next 3. Now 3 of 5 for Gabe De Jesus, not missing on his last 3 attempts. Natural shooter he is, and I'm sure in the second half, UST will be adjusting, but he'll still be given the confidence and the green light by Coach Mike Fermin.
And more on confidence, 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 and Bonzalida, the bigs of Adamson, with all the confidence in the world in the first half as well, Coach.
You know, those two are actually guys who does not need the ball for them to be able to operate. They move well without the ball. They go for offensive rebounds. And we were saying that Bonzalida is Mr. Energy. I think we have to do Mr. Energies with an S. It's going to be plural this time because 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 also putting in that energy. And those two have also been huge for Adamson.
Adjustments. Let's talk adjustments coming into the third quarter. You know, Adamson has been pounding it defensively, offensively, but if you're UST, we talked about their firepower. It's more of just making their shots here and there. But what do you think will be the biggest adjustment?
Well, number one is how to go down the press. That 2-2-1 press of a very lengthy Adamson has been a problem for UST. So they have to be able to find an option for the press. Number 2 is to get their shooters open. We know that there are a lot of shooters in this UST squad, yet they have not been able to utilize him, especially one guy, 𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔤, has not been able to make a lot of shots. Of course, also lastly, they still have to pound it to this guy, 𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔤, the tallest guy in the court right now.
Of course, we were expecting the Gilas names, Kurt Velasquez, Doy Dungo has had some flashes, and 𝔬𝔬𝔫𝔤, but it's more of just really making their shots. Yet, of course, new system under Coach Manu. It takes time for some to really get it going here in the season 86.
Now, when you start the season, it's a whole different ball game compared to the preseason. There are going to be talents who are suddenly going to be showing up. There are going to be new guys who did not really play good in the preseason. There's going to be new defensive schemes by your opponent. So a lot of surprises will come the season. And, you know, when that season starts like this, first game of the season, there will be a lot of new names that has not been talked about before the season.
Coach Fermin on your screens helped book the Adamson Baby Falcons back to the finals after 20 long years in season 85.
You know, Adamson has always been there fighting through, but not enough for them to make it to the finals. But Coach Mike finally making a change here. And a better support system from Adamson, better recruitment. Now, really one of the toughest teams to beat here in our junior division.
And back in your time, let's go back to your time, Coach. The UPIS and Adamson, sometimes they would vie to get that first win of the season head-to-head. You know, you had a lot of experiences there.
A lot of experience against Adamson. Adamson was always in the middle pack of things. They can go to number 4 all the way up to number 7. But they were never as strong as this. They had a few talents here and there. They would produce 2 or 3 guys that will go up the seniors division. But looking at this team alone, you know, they have about 12, even probably 12 to 15 guys who you can actually pick up and play in the collegiate level. And that is already the improvement of the Adamson program. But of course, it was a step-by-step process, and you know, it's so nice to see a program grow the same way Adamson is growing.
As we welcome you to our third chapter of game number 4, the first day of our boys basketball tournament. First day pa lang.
Ganito na. Ganito na. You know, it feels like the Final Four already with how the games are being played here.
Zone buster for Adamson. Execution on point to start off.
Felicity is key. Just a simple high-low play, leading Bonzalida wide open inside.
Ito na, Coach, sinabay na si 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔬𝔦 and Dungo along with Lim, Reyes, and 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔬𝔦. Lim, fearless on the attack, will be shooting 2 free throws.
Right away, you see the comfort levels of the guys inside. Let's go back to that high-low play first. Very basic. Seeing the open man inside. Sometimes you don't need a lot of movement. All you need is just a little comfort level for that high-low play.
Of course, Bonzalida, he knows his role, he knows his spot. Sabi nga niya sa'yo kanina, di ako star player, coach.
You know, I would probably remember that line for the entirety of the season. Di ako star, hustle guy lang. And to start the game, this guy is really producing that hustle for them.
Pero coach, sa mga daming role player, siya ang star sa season 86.
Exactly. He is his star in his own way.
There we go, there we go. Adamson, seamless, breaking the press. Dungo coming out of nowhere to block that. The go-ahead pass to Reyes. Picks up his dribble. Floater is a no-go. 𝔖𝔠𝔞𝔦𝔰, tough angle. And Reyes with a bang, the bonus, the three-point play opportunity.
Now the front court of UST staying active on that last possession. Reyes making that hook. But 𝔖𝔠𝔞𝔦 actually trying and showing that he also has a left hand. But Reyes will be recovering there. Two big men there will give them 3 points to cut the lead to 13.
Carillo, the other side, ibang Reyes naman, will be trooping to the line for 2 free throws.
So all of these players are very good in fishing for fouls. Got slower after the second quarter, and it's because of these players really know how to control their bodies and get a lot of fouls here.
Reyes, another returnee for Coach Fermin. I was able to cover the finals game, Coach, of season 85 against FEU. And these are the same players that made a huge impact. Garcia, Bonzalida, Medina, and Reyes.
And just going back to this Adamson team, they're not a team that has a lot of talked about names, yet they find a way in a really getting themselves in the Final Four picture.
Well, one name that is talked about is this kid right here with a three-pointer, Ludovice.
Ludovice would always be a shooter. Wacky, one of the respected names here in this division, finally getting a 3 there.
Reyes, the kick out. Garcia, shot fake, one dribble, extra pass. Abayo knocks down the 3.
Teamwork was key in that last possession. 5 guys holding a basketball, giving up good shots for better shots. Wide open shot for Abayon.
Dungo, in and out. Ludovice to Lim in the corner. Back to Ludovice for 3. Reyes, another offensive rebound. The pivot and the kick out. We move the ball east to west. Lim contested. That time too long, and a rebound by Casillo.
Good closeouts coming from Adamson, making that stop in the last possession.
Abayon. Back-to-back is a no-go. Ludovice not wasting any time. Couple of crossovers. Oh, the hang time move. Just couldn't get it to bite. As Garcia creating some separation. And we continue running for both of these teams.
No breaks, all gas pedals, all green lights for both of these teams. Very fast-paced basketball we're having.
Reyes, the interception by Garcia. Medina, thought twice. Abayon. Touch passing for Adamson. Butter.
And once again, everybody getting a hold of that basketball, forcing UST to really keep on moving. Eventually, someone will be open. And yet again, another easy basket for Adamson.
Ludovice locates Lim. Awaits a Garcia screen. A Reyes screen, rather. Reyes with the butterfingers. And coach, every time you think UST will start making a run, Adamson has answers just like these.
And look at how many guys are getting a touch of that basketball. Looking like the San Antonio Spurs of old. Everybody getting a touch, everybody an option, and everybody just ready whenever someone is open.
Parang may sagot sila sa lahat. Man-to-man, full court press, 2-3 zone.
You gotta commend Coach Mike Fermin for that. Really getting everybody ready here in the season.
As a substitution for Adamson, looking to stimulate this game further is De Jesus, main character of the first half with 14 points.
Leading the team in scoring 14 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 rebounds as well. And Now that corner will be something that UST has to look out for.
Garcia, the no-look pass. Medina, straight away three. Why not?
I just said the corner is something they have to look out for right away. A good two coming from Medina.
Two-pointer. He was stepping on the line. But still with an 18-point lead. Oh, quick spin cycle move.
That was actually good help for Adamson, but a good use of the body for 𝔬𝔬𝔪𝔢, enough to create space for him to get that finish.
Sahili, De Jesus, that was his main spot. Missed shot, Lim. Behind the back, shifting gears, too much muscle on the pass.
A little rushed on that last possession, but that is the speed you want to be playing for UST if you want to make a run. You see here, that two-man game, good help by Abayon, but good use of the body to get that space for that easy two.
4 minutes has passed in the third quarter, so a 16-point lead for Adamson. Coach, dati nakakasabay ka sa takbong ganito ngayon.
Oh, yeah.
Hindi na eh, no?
You know, actually, while watching this, I can't even believe I played here in this level with the way these guys are running the floor.
Ludovice, transition three, package delivered.
Cannot give this guy a lot of rhythm. A good steal coming from Dungo.
5 straight points for UST, cuts this lead down to 11.
That is in a span of under 10 seconds. What seemed like a runaway game, all of a sudden is now just 11.
Ila standouts working for UST. De Jesus in and out. Sahili can't get the putback.
UST going a little small ball, their usual wing, will now be playing that center position.
Dungo will work a two-man game with 𝔬𝔬𝔪𝔢. Three-pointer. That's just a veteran move from Doy Dungo.
Just saw someone being late on the recovery and maximized on the off-balance three free throws for Dungo.
And you don't see that type of move, that type of using your body to fish for a foul in the juniors division.
No, that is actually something they use in the pro division. Even the collegiate level is not much players are able to read off-balance situations. But this guy, Doy Dungo, already with a lot of international experience, able to use that there.
A lot of international experience and a lot of statistics, Coach. I mean, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks.
You know, I was just gonna highlight a couple of statistics. Pero nung nakita ko na lahat, ang dami pala nating sasabihin about Doy Dungo. And
we can talk about his offense, but 3 steals and 3 blocks. We also have to talk about his defense. Two-way player talking about Doy Dungo. More importantly, has a chance to trim this lead down to single digits. And we've already seen one crazy comeback in our third game.
Oh, yeah. Of course, led by Kiefer Alas. What a crazy game that was. We've seen a lot of crazy talent in the first few games. Someone who's not crazy about that shot goes Manu Inigo. Not so happy yet here.
Of course, he wants to get his first win in the UAAP on his first game. But Doy Dungo, here we go again. Masyado natin hinipe yung statistics. 2 missed straight free throws.
See the smiles of the coaches. I'm sure this guy does not miss a lot of free throws. So kind of a surprise for them as well.
And there you go. Trims this lead down to 10. Halfway done here in quarter number 3. UST winning the quarter so far 16-10. Sahili. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 locates Medina, squares up and knocks it down.
First half it was De Jesus. Here in the second half, it's Medina getting a lot of three-point opportunities. 5 just from the two of them.
Dungo with a hezzy, the finger roll layup. Are you kidding me?
Dungo, wow, showcasing the full arsenal of skills he has. What a finish from Doy.
And a forced turnover for UST.
UST is now knocking on the door of Adamson once again. It's a question of consistency. Can they keep on making the right decisions here?
Zanoria will hand it off to the hot hand in Dungo. Two-man game with Manding. Doy, pocket pass, Manding on the roll. Finger roll layup, and don't look now, coach. It's a single-digit ball game.
Who made that play once again? It was 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬, sometimes from the outside, now making the pass is 𝔬𝔬.
Fearless run here for the Tiger Cubs. Medina at the corner. Great seal for Perez. Can't stop, won't stop.
Perez, what a good position for him to get that basketball. Gets enough space to operate on that hook.
𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 being pressured. On the floor with the screen. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 with 10 seconds. Two-man game working to perfection.
Look at the UST spacing there. Everybody just ready to receive that basketball off that pass of 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬.
Sahili awaits numbers. Medina swings it. At the left side, Sahili to Medina at the right. Short corner for Perez. Shot clock down to 7. De Jesus.
Why not? Why not? De Jesus with his 5th three of the ball game, 4th three of the ball game.
De Jesus with a big first game. 17 big points. Dungo, Manding. Ludovice, back to Manding. A kick out to 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 for 3. That time back iron. Look at Manding hustling for the rebound and a recycled 14 for UST. We've been going to this two-man game. Doy, another pocket pass, this time too low. Bodies on the floor. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 is down right now. Backcourt.
Got hit somewhere. 5 versus 4.
This time short. Medina lines it up, puts it in. It was a 5-on-4 break. Adamson was able to maximize. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 still reminiscing in pain here.
He took hit on the head. Itong si 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬, and he just signaled the referee that he needs a substitution. Oh, where is he holding on? Might have been a Charlie horse. Let's see here.
That's gotta hurt for UST. You're making a run, and now 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 is down. Leads to a 5-on-4 fast break. Oh.
Ooh, to the side. Ooh. Oh, those hurt. Those hurt. Those hurt. That was going the side of the knee, and that was non-intentional from the Adamson player, but that extra hustle will be hitting 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬. I hope it's nothing serious, but never easy.
He is walking off the court as we speak, hoping that everything is okay for 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬.
There is a little weight bearing. That is a good sign. You know, he can have a few steps, but he has to be helped out. We do wish the best for 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬, nothing serious, first game of the season, and will be a huge part of the Tiger Cubs program here.
So it will be Ronquillo who will re-enter. Who has a patch on his eyebrow area, so
A lot of hurt players here. Been really physical here in the first game of the season.
Buksit contested. That time short, ball being tapped around. A foul on Sahili.
Physicality continues. 3 guys fighting for the rebound there, but will go the side of UST here.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Wild run by UST, answered by Adamson. That has been the main story here of all 3 quarters. Knockout play, Manding. Drop step, blocked by Perez. Shot clock reads 8 for Velasquez. Kurt the Hezi. Velasquez has been quiet here in this game.
Velasquez not really on the stat sheet as much as he is given an opportunity by Coach Manu Inigo, and now with 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 out, Velasquez I'm sure will be doing a lot more damage here.
Let's do free throws for Garcia. Justin Garcia.
Garcia earlier on with the foul counted.
That time misses his first. Adamson, coach, they are on pace to score 100 points here.
Again, we were talking about the defense of Adamson, but their pace is really something we haven't really been highlighting on. But this is a very high-paced team. Adamson with the 11 fast break points here.
Velasquez swings it. Regains at the handoff. Kurt draws 3 defenders, kicks it out. Manding, Ronquillo with 2 seconds. Last minute pass to beat the buzzer. The 2 is good.
Good drop pass by Ronquillo, getting everybody's attention. Finally, someone was wide open on the inside.
There's a steal there. And another player drops. This time it's De Jesus.
Looks like it's going to be a push.
Minute remaining in the third. Adamson still holding on to a 13-point lead. Coach Manu Inigo still trying to find solutions against this offense of Adamson.
That first quarter was huge. The second and third quarter, it has been at par with each other. It's been a really good matchup. But because Adamson was able to start off well in the first quarter, they are still in control of this ball game.
Esperanza checked in. Haven't seen him a lot here in the third quarter. And right on cue, but a travel before he made the shot.
Could have been a good move for Mark. Was wide open on that baseline drive. Just an extra step for him.
That's how deep they are, by the way. 2 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Esperanza. You don't need to see him much in the third quarter. And they're still holding on to a 13-point lead.
Esperanza from Marikina was actually supposedly going to suit up for UPIS, but decided to transfer blue. Now is one of the main guys of this Baby Falcons team.
2-man game. When the floor pounding the paint with the deuce.
Buenaflor, very silent, 10 points here. 10 points, 5 boards for Buenaflor, trying to master that inside.
Could be last shot time for Adamson. Esperanza looks at the time, sees 6. De Jesus, quick trigger, package, delivered.
And we are running out of words of describing the 3-point game of Gabe De Jesus. 5 out of 9 in the 3-point line. You see here, cross-court pass, wide open. And he can never see an inch of space because that guy is going to take it and going to make it.
75-61, a 14-point lead thanks to that Gabe De Jesus big 3-pointer. But coach, talk to me about that third quarter real quick here.
Well, here in the third quarter, once again, UST was trying to knock on the door. Joaquin Ludovice started it strong, but the outside shooting of Adamson has been amazing. 2 threes from De Jesus, 2 threes from Medina. With the inside game of UST as well, slowly getting there. Dungo and also Buenaflor mastering that inside. But once again, you see here, every time Adamson is bringing around that basketball, everybody is given an equal opportunity. And so far, Adamson will still be trooping with a comfortable 14-point lead, 75-61.
We flip the page to one last chapter. We welcome you to the fourth. An Adamson 14-point lead, a UST team that is still trying to finish a run to cut it closer because every run, coach, has been answered by the Baby Falcons.
So Adamson has just been quick to answer everything that UST has been trying to set onto them. So far, they are comfortable with a 14-point lead here.
Right on cue, Charles Buxit opens things up with a huge 3-pointer.
It's been the same way UST has been opening up every quarter here. Good start for UST, but they need a lot more consistency.
Garcia bricks the 3. Buenaflor rushing down court. Buenaflor all the way, basket and one.
Good strong attack coming from Buenaflor. Earlier he was showing he had post moves. Now puts the ball on the floor and gets that bucket. Just going to the playback. What a step side coming from 𝔬𝔫𝔤, and on the other end, the big man showing that he's not only a finisher but can also dribble, jump, and also finish.
Koji showing us what he's all about here for season 86. Leading the way for UST with 12 points, that time missing the free throw. Single-digit ball game, coach. Similar storylines, similar plot lines to every quarter.
But it may have a different ending. Adamson needs to stay playing the same way. And that is exactly how you do it. That corner has been a friend. 4 threes for Earl Medina in this ball game.
9 threes for De Jesus and Medina combined. 𝔬𝔫𝔤 from way downtown. Medina tracking that rebound. Earl, quite of a second half for him. Garcia, opposite side, inside pass, patience, no. Bonzalida with the rebound. Medina, he check. Would have brought the house down with that three-pointer. As 𝔬𝔫𝔤 sprinting down court. Two-man game. Versosa and Kurt Velasquez. Kurt trying to go for the emergency pass. Numbers for Adamson. Garcia all the way.
Strong attack from Garcia will now put back the lead to 12. Once again, same storyline. UST with a good start, but Adamson with a quick answer.
How about this move by Garcia? Everyone pounding and running with a goal to score, maybe, just maybe, 100 points, 80 to 66 our score. Two minutes gone by. Coach, in the first half we were talking about how Adamson was the best defensive team in season 85, but obviously, based on the first 4 quarters of season 86, offense has been something that they worked on as 𝔬𝔫𝔤 knocks down another three-pointer.
They're showing that they are more than just a defensive team. Adamson showcasing the full arsenal, the full skill level, and showing that they are a team to beat here in the season.
Garcia, drop pass, Bonzalida. Check that. It's Abayon who misses.
How tall is that? 3 guys trying to jump. Versosa not even needing to jump, getting that rebound.
Key check moment for 𝔬𝔫𝔤. 2 triples in the fourth. Esperanza to Medina, the hot hand in the second half. Garcia squaring up, back to Earl. Lots of time for Adamson to operate. They reverse it to the right side. Bonzalida, short midi, gets the lucky bounce.
Bonzalida is not a guy that will ask for the basketball, but from that ball rotation, every time he's open, he is ready to take it.
𝔬𝔫𝔤, heat check moment, and he splashes it through.
The leader trying to lead, trying to take everybody on his shoulders to trying to make a comeback late in the fourth.
13 big points for Charles 𝔬𝔫𝔤. Still a 10-point lead for the Baby Falcons. Garcia working against the zone. Esperanza. Yeah, that fingertips all over that. Ronquillo rushes down court. Lim pulling it back. Finds 𝔬𝔫𝔤. And Abayon slowly, closely guarding him. 𝔬𝔫𝔤 from deep. That's a wild shot.
Check for 𝔬𝔫𝔤 there. He is feeling the rhythm here. He is having the go signal from the coaches to take it. You actually see Coach Manu right now signaling his players when you can take it, have the confidence to do it. Charles 𝔬𝔫𝔤, the leading scorer of UST right now with 13.
Earl Medina on your screens earlier.
Just look at the numbers of Earl Medina here. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. But more importantly, 6 steals and 2 blocks, doing everything for Adamson here.
Pamatay sunog for
Yes.
today's game. He has been the answer to everything for Coach Fermin. Coach Fermin doesn't need to call a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
Just give it to Earl Medina.
Today he is a fire extinguisher. You know, every time there's a little heat, there's something to cover. But let's see, because someone heating up is 𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔰. And what a play here. A beautiful backdoor cut from 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢. No one was ready off that bounce pass. And once again, kumakatok na naman ang UST trying to enter the doors of Adamson here.
Kung si Earl Medina ay fire extinguisher, etong si 𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔰 in today's game, he is the fire that is lighting up this UST team.
And it's gonna be a question of who will be the one to have that late answer.
De Jesus. Umali. He moved the ball right to left. Abayon, the turnaround jumper is pure.
You know, very versatile bigs that Adamson is playing here. No natural center for them. Very switchable offense here.
Back to a 10-point lead. 𝔠𝔬𝔭𝔲 between his legs, the cross, the kick out. Ronquillo has 7 to shoot. Ronquillo with the cross. The kick out to Lim was blocked by Carrillo, coming out of nowhere with the rejection. That replay, that quick turnaround from J.R. Abayon. Another fire extinguishing move for Adamson. Dungo tried to beat the buzzer, does not hit the rim, so the shot clock will expire, and the wrestling match between Bonzalida and Versosa, as Adamson will call a timeout. They have a 10-point lead. Coach Fermin, he has to love how his boys are handling these pressure-packed moments. Tried and tested from the season 85 finals, of course. In the meantime, they still are holding on to a 10-point lead. We are halfway done. And Dungo making things happen on the defensive side of things.
UST switching up some defense, trying to pressure up. They are trying to slow down and negate our ball receivers, but there's a challenge here. Actually, the first challenge of the whole day.
That's right, Coach, actually. You think hindi pa sanay yung coaching staff din?
Oh yeah, hindi pa.
May challenge nga pala tayo.
You know, this is a new rule. This is something that is not, that has not been there.
Of course, FIBA rules.
Oh yes.
We are now implying in the UAAP tournament.
And if there was a challenge, I don't know how many times they would have challenged my flopping back in the day. Flopping was not yet a big thing there.
Coach, you never fail to make me laugh with your flopping. You know, by the way, guys, for those watching, one person who hated your flopping was Terence Romeo.
Oh yeah. You know, those guys were never fond of me. Some guys became my friends. Some guys seemed like they would see me outside. Oh, this guy was something, but, you know, it's unsuccessful. Another challenge for UST here.
At least they used the challenge.
Oh yeah, at least they used challenge.
10-point lead still. UST possession. Halfway done in the 4th chapter. Ronquillo. Horns play. Soft double team, 3-pointer on the way. It's good for 𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔰.
𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔰 putting everybody on his shoulders here. Cutting the lead to 7. Big 3 coming from Charles.
Cuts this lead down to 7, as you said, Coach, as the USC crowd going in it. Strong drive. Earns Casillo a chance, or Carrillo rather, a chance for 2 free throws.
Watch here, that 3-pointer off the screen, wide open, no one to close out. All day to shoot for 𝔐𝔞𝔦𝔰, but more importantly, that gets them closer to the lead here. But if there's one thing that is keeping Adamson alive, is that they continue to be aggressive, they continue to be confident on their offensive sets. They haven't been making as much here in the 4th quarter, but that aggressiveness has been going their side.
Murillo missing on his first free throw. The UST fans are alive. Misses back-to-back. Dungo with the rebound. Doy rushes down court, sees a lane, goes all the way with the bag and the bonus.
Strong, hard attack, one-on-one. Doy Dungo said, "This is mine. I have it, and I don't mind who's in front of me." Doy Dungo cutting the lead to 5.
Look at that stretch. And he's right-handed, by the way. What a talented individual. What a talented player, Doy Dungo, as Earl Medina. Sabi ni Coach Fermin, let me put back my fire extinguisher real quick. Because now it's just a 5-point deficit for UST, with Dungo a chance to trim this lead down to 4.
Can never put UST out. This is a talented team. This team was part of the Final Four. Now recruiting a lot more guys. You still have to be as aggressive as you were in the first 3 quarters.
Oh, Garcia faking the handoff. Referees saying there's a foul on the ground. That's going to be on Ronquillo, I believe.
Only the second foul for UST here. They are from the penalty.
The presence of Ronquillo, this is energy. His teammates can feel it.
Really the guy handling the offense for UST here.
Medina sends it to Garcia with a height advantage. Quick spin move. Sneak attack is no good. Ludavise with the rebound. Waki to Doy. Dungo. Ronquillo for 3. In and out. Would have brought this entire complex down with that 3-pointer.
Everybody staying quiet for that half second when Ronquillo took that shot. That was a good ball rotation coming from Dungo. Wide open shot for Ronquillo, just could not get that ball in.
Still a lot of time, Coach, by the way. 4 minutes. 6 minutes has passed. An 18-9 run for the USC Tiger Cubs.
And may we just remind everybody, this is the first game of the season for both teams.
And Garcia squeezes himself inside for 2.
Garcia has been trying to attack Ronquillo here. He has the size advantage, so he wants to take the ball and use that advantage and get some baskets in.
Ronquillo, another horns play for Coach Manu. Books it. The pop out 3. Tried to bank it home. Reyes. Looking for the back door. Gonzalida with the relief. De Jesus, step to the side, 3. That time back iron. Reyes with the rebound, and he recycled 14. Hand off to Earl. Medina, step back, 3-pointer. Bottoms!
Fire extinguisher he is. Everybody was heating up in the UST side. Medina says, wait, we gotta keep it cool. And now the lead is back to 10 for Adamson.
Timely buckets for Earl Medina. Doy Dungo with the carry. Front row seats for the referees on that one. But Coach, talk to me about this play.
He says, give me the basketball. We need the lead back. Step to the side. Late closeout. What a big 3 by Earl Medina. Putting the lead back to double digits for Adamson.
17 big points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 steals, and 2 blocks. Have yourself a first game.
Welcome me to the UAAP. This game is all about Earl Medina. What a step up for the guy.
Garcia, the kick out. Gonzalida way off on the 3. 2:20 remaining. Can Adamson hold on to this lead? Props for UST for going on runs, not giving up, even if Adamson making big shots. And props for Adamson for making huge 3s. Dungo. The anticipation for De Jesus. Garcia on the run out. Garcia, wild shot.
Every time Garcia sees Ronquillo, he just steps on the gas, try to use his advantage on that link. But most of the time, Ronquillo actually finds a win, making it hard. Another miss for Garcia here.
2 minutes remaining in our fourth and final quarter. Ludovice not wasting any more time. Ronquillo to Dungo, contested on the 3. Straight away, but no go. And Reyes snatches and tallies another rebound. Two-man game. Garcia and Bonzalida. Medina, the hot hand at the left side, takes a look at the time. Sees 9. Earl, closely guarded by Dungo. Medina. Reyes for 3. Medina almost getting the rebound, and Bonzalida out of nowhere getting that rebound.
Bonzalida, big rebound for them to get another chance here.
Garcia with a cherry on top extends this lead to 12.
Big rebound coming from Bonzalida, giving them an opportunity. Garcia sees the space, gets the bucket. In 23 second chance points for Adamson, and they have a 12-point lead. It's been the story of the ball game, 91-79 in the last 1 in 16 of the ball game.
Let's reiterate, Coach, what we talked about at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Last year, Adamson, their trademark was their defense, only allowing 64 points per game. Yes, they have allowed 79, but this UST firepower is off the charts. But it's their offense today. Quite of a different feel from Coach Fermin. Something really that we feel like they developed, they worked on in the offseason.
Well, it's their comfort levels with each other. You look at their plays, very basic yet very effective. Coach Mike Fermin trying to maximize on the spacing he has on the court. That's why he is getting a lot of outside opportunities, a lot of driving lanes, and a lot of drop passes. And that is the simple and effective play that Coach Mike has been able to maximize on his first game of the season. 12 of 37 from 3. Overall, 43%. 52% off the 2. Just an amazing, efficient ball game for Adamson, Coach Mike, and the rest of the squad.
We'll see what Coach Manu, on the other hand, draws up, but a quick turnover off the timeout, something you won't like to see from a head coach.
No, it's the first game of the season. So much to learn for. 13 more games, not even counting the Final 4. So no need to panic for Adamson, for UST here. A really good showing for them. The game's not done, but still, they still need to learn a lot throughout the season.
Medina continues to shoot end. Referee saying it will be UST basketball. Less than a minute remaining here in our fourth and final quarter.
That will mean free throws for UST here. This could be still a chance for them to cut into the lead, get a little more confidence, and go to the next games with you knowing that you can compete here.
Coach, let's pivot our conversation to the UST side of things. Yes, they are down by 12, but does it seem like they are a team that, if they peak at the right time, might just be the most dangerous team?
Definitely. One thing I'm looking at is the skill level of each team. These two teams are at par with each other when we're just talking about the talent they have. Just a better execution for Adamson in this ball game, but a lot of time for UST to peak at the right time. You have guys like Doy Dungo and Waki Ludovice still trying to get their footing in the UAAP. Kurt Velasquez not even getting a lot of burn yet in the ball game. Charles Buxit showed up late in the ball game, so just so much potential for this UST team.
Doy Dungo had no one to pass it to. Numbers on the run out for Adamson. The no-look pass. Reyes with bad intentions on that rim. That might just be the exclamation point to the fourth chapter. 14-point lead. Let's see it once again.
Tap rate, as they call it there, but Adamson still stepping on the gas late in the ball game, not wanting UST to get a rhythm late here. 95-81 in favor of Adamson.
UST in a huddle right now with Coach Manu.
Now we do have prayers for 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 got hit on the knee earlier on, had to sit out the rest of the ball game. Seems to be okay, was walking. We saw him walking behind us. But still a very bright season ahead of us for UST.
33 seconds left. Coach, let's summarize the entire day in general. Day one of boys basketball, the first time ever we get to see from start to finish the broadcast of the juniors division. But how lucky are the fans? Because what is your day one story here?
Well, everybody just playing like it's the Final Four. Everybody putting their hearts out. Everybody really playing to the high level of the juniors basketball we have. We also have to thank Pilipinas Live because we have a chance for everybody to actually watch even the high school division. And what a day for us here in the UAAP. And let's just remind everybody, this is only the start. Hindi pa po Final Four. Just really everybody playing their hearts out.
As that will do it. The Adamson will hold this one off as the final buzzer will sound. First win in their first game for the first runners-up of season 85. As for UST, it is back to the drawing board with a lot of potential from this young Tiger Cub squad.
Good start for Adamson here. You know, we were talking about the start of the ball game, how you need to be in control of the ball game. The 31-17 start for Adamson was huge for them, and they were able to just keep the lead every time UST was gonna knock on their door. Adamson was quick to close, of course led by the fire extinguisher, Earl Medina, and he will be the best player of the ball game. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, just a little bit of everything for Earl Medina.
That is our best player of the game. Those 17 points are 17 big points in the way that they were timely buckets because UST would start making a run and Medina will be given the ball and tasked to make a big shot. Congratulations on just game number 1. Looking to be what looks like in peak form, Coach.
Earl Medina, well deserving of the player of the game honors. Very exciting season ahead for this young gun.
Of course, it's not over yet because the game's on Tuesday, November 28th. It's DLSZ versus the FEU Baby Tamaraos at 1 p.m. And the UE Junior Warriors and the NU Bullpups at 3 p.m. More juniors action coming your way. It is just day 1 and you are in for a long and exciting roller coaster ride for our juniors division. For now, it is time to say goodbye for my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, Director Ken Natividad, and our entire Signal production staff here. My name is Jaime Escalon. Thank you for watching us on Pilipinas Live for UAAP Season 86, Fueling the Future. Thank you.